Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.
Hello, YouTube. How are you doing? I'm going to put a sign up for you guys. There you go. How's everyone doing? And thank you for sharing this time with me. Hi, W. How are you doing? How are you doing? Okay, so I was a little bit out of commission, and you can almost guarantee that if you're out of commission too long, people forget about you, right? And I'm okay with that, right? The good part about forgetting about me is that it's forever on YouTube. So I can always tell everyone to go back and listen. Go back and listen. So I just want to acknowledge some people that are on YouTube. Hi, Lisa D. Good health. Irie, good health. Sin W, of course. Good health. Shari Books, good health. Ample Gill, good health. How's everyone doing? And thank you. Thank you for joining me and talking about healing sounds. Healing sounds. You know what we are learning to do? We are learning to get healthy, right? Don't you find that entering into the spiritual world is about learning not to care so much, right? I don't know if it comes with maturity or if it comes with spiritual healing. And maybe it's a little bit of both, right? I can appreciate the spiritual aspect because over the years, I can tell that I have healed in a lot of ways, right? Um, I don't have concerns like I used to have. I used to go to bed with so much anxiety and just upset a lot. Like I would rummage through the day on, everything that went on, but I would take it into my bed at night, right? Or I would take it into other relationships. That was the worst. When you don't realize that you're being affected by something, someone, you know, job, traffic. Let's not even talk about traffic that can bring on all of these angst and uncomfortable feelings. But sometimes, and family issues, right? Amongst other things, right? And sometimes you don't even know that you're operating poorly. You have no clue. And unless you begin to allow yourself to step into a different world like spirituality, do you begin to recognize that, huh, I'd like to change that about me, right? I like to change anger, anxiety, frustration. If you can, depression, if you can. But depression can be very clinical too. And sometimes with depression, we kind of, some of us have to go to meds, right? But mild depression, right? There's been a lot of COVID going on, and people, relatives have passed on, and that will bring on temporary depression, but it could last a year. And sometimes you could be in a state of mind like anger for a long time and not understand fully why you're in a constant state of anger. Have you ever been in a relationship and there are these expectations that aren't being met, and it gets you more and more angry? You put up these defense mechanisms, and you start to see where your needs aren't being met, right? Your emotional needs, sometimes your physical needs, and you begin to get angry But then angry becomes a state of being, right? And so, you ever grew up with an angry mom and you're like, she was just always angry? No, she was probably angry at your father, right? But just didn't know how to handle her emotions or to even recognize that this was a state of being that she just incorporates in her system. But imagine your cells that take on the constant thing of something, the constant thing of anger, depression, worry, fear, stress. Stress is my favorite because sometimes what we're stressing over, the, the stressing part of it cannot fix the problem. But sometimes we stress so much we can't think, which means we have no clue on how to solve the problem because we're in a different state of lower vibrational arena that doesn't lend a hand to understanding how to get out of this stressful situation. And what I've learned in my practice is that what you consider stressful isn't stressful. And so sometimes when you guys call me for a reading and you're like, oh my God, I'm stuck, that's a huge mantra that people love to say. I feel stuck. None of us are ever stuck. We are where we need to be, designed by God. However, God opens the door and invites the changes that you need. But if your mind believes that you're stuck, you won't go out the door. Now I'm being facetious here, right? The door could mean leaving a relationship, leaving a job, separating from loved ones to give yourself some peace, you know? Like people don't recognize that they have options, so they're not really stuck. So I have found that spirituality broadens your ability to create ownership over your body, your mind, your soul, and your cells. All right? Because what we want more than anything is to be diseased free. And everything I mentioned will bring on disease, right? So let me just say hi to a few more people. Good health, Kiera, Juanita, Shari, good health. Speaking from the purple couch, good health. And Brandy, good health. Hey, hey. All right. So, welcome to the spiritual world of just discussing the newness. For some people, this is a practice already for you. So, you might just be listening and hopefully you'll learn something different or new. And for others, um, it could be brand new. And for those of you that it's brand new to, I wish you wellness. I wish you wellness in your mind, your heart, your soul. And remember this part, your cells. We want to make sure that you are diseased free. All right? So I've got a lot to talk about, and I'll do the best I can. So I do want to tell you that there are 6 healing sounds to transform negative emotions to positive emotions. And the areas in the 6 healing sounds that we try to focus on, I don't know who we is because I do not practice healing sounds as a practitioner. Um, but we want to heal the lung, the liver, the spleen, the heart, the kidney, and it says something about the triple warmer. I looked it up, but I can't find it now. But we'll leave it for right now. Um, and then there are Qigong, 6 healing sounds. And again, it's the lungs, the kidneys, the lungs, zzz, Kidney is Shirley. Liver, Shoo. Heart, Ha. Spleen, Roar. And triple warmer, He. I may not be perfect at this. Look it up yourself and just look up, Qigong healing sounds. I like Qigong because it's about the ability to take the energy that's inside of you and pass it through your hands. And there are certain motions that go with it. It's really good. My friend Jason D. McKean, oh, he's really good at Qigong. I'm so jealous. Um, so maybe one day soon in August, maybe we can have a Qigong healing session. When he does it, it's so good. I'll be his assistant. So let's get this party started. I just do want to tell you that there are several types of healing sounds, right? And so there are Buddhist sounds, there are monk sounds, there are frequencies, there are chants, there's Tibetan healing sounds, there's Theta healing sounds, there are singing bowls, Qigong healing sounds, and drumming. And as of lately, drumming is my fan favorite. It just moves me inside. Any questions so far? So, your eyes don't see anything during sleep, but your ears continues to process sounds even during sleep. You never stop hearing. Ears are powerful, but they bring more to the table than just hearing. As of recently, we have used sound to heal the body, our emotions, our mind, our thoughts. We can heal behaviors through sound. And healing our chakras is a big, big, big thing right now. All right? So there are therapeutic instruments and techniques to heal with sound. And this might be a part one, everyone. I think it's going to be important to break this healing sound into categories, um, like short, that like it doesn't have to be like 2 hours long, like just to break it down. But Tracy After Dark is every Friday, so if I find out I don't have a good topic, we're going to do healing sounds. There are many ways to activate healing through sound. And we're going to talk about the 10 most popular. Ironically, humming is a healing sound. I know a lot of people like to do humming, especially if they're cleaning. And I'm not good at humming because to me, humming sounds like singing, right? So it's like, I hum a lot. I used to hum a lot on the YouTube video, right? I stopped humming actually. I don't know why, but um, I do like humming. So humming, some would call it singing, but humming is actually a slow, continuous bee-like sound. Humming is actually a very simple sound that combines vibration with sound. And psychologically, humming is self-soothing, and it's enough to calm you down, bring down stress, reduce your heart rate by creating a love hormone called oxytocin. It also can produce the the sleep hormone melatonin. But it's a good idea to hum anytime and do it for self love and composure. I would say take your favorite Whitney Houston song, for example, because you know her ballads, and just hum it. Humming also releases endorphins, and these are our body's own morphine. People tend to hum when they're happy. Have you ever tried humming? Mothers tend to hum when they're soothing their baby, right? I don't know if you've ever done that or ever had a baby in your chest and you're rocking back and forth, baby's on your neck and your chest. It's a beautiful thing, right? And you start to rock and you're like, the baby feels that energy. But ironically, that humming is healing you. The next healing sound we're going to talk about is chanting mantras. Now, mantras are my absolute fan favorite. I'm going to post my favorite mantras in the description box when this ends, okay? And if I forget to do it, just remind me, but I won't forget this time. I know there's so many times I'm going to post this and then I don't, but the healing sounds are really, really important to me. I feel like the healing sounds is the first step to healing. So I'm going to post my fan favorites. So, just similar to humming is reciting something over and over. And it's chanting. And it too can be self soothing. There have been studies that have said that chanting can create thought energy waves that match the frequency of an organism. It's important that chanting changes your neuralistic effect because when words and sentences are recited rhythmically, the mantra's effect is being actualized. It has been said that if you did 10 minutes of chanting, like Om, Om, it can calm you and reduce stress dramatically. While many think it's a Hindu or Buddhist practice, it actually goes beyond that. Chanting is presented across several religions, several spiritual practices, and Jewish cantilization, Islamic, Dhikr, Catholic, Gregorian chants, and more, right? Everyone has their own version of chanting in cultural and religious aspects. The Native Americans do it, the Hawaiians do it. Like chanting, to me, it's the best. I love chanting. I mean, absolutely love it. And the repetitive words over and over and over. Sometimes when I'm doing my chanting, I do get a little lazy and I know all my chants. So I've decided to, when I have moments of quietude, right, then I just play the chants, not necessarily saying them. It's important to say them, right? But I've been practicing the chants for years. And so sometimes just go on the bed with my series of chants and just letting it play without saying them actually puts me to sleep, you know? Hold on a second. Chanting works because we are made of water, and sound works in water. The chants we make also reverberate inside of us, thus impacting our blood, our tissues, and our organs inside of us. And remember, what are we always trying to take care of? The lungs, the kidneys, the liver, the heart, the spleen, the triple warmer. Chanting has been around for hundreds of thousands of years. It, okay, it can change the rate of your blood flow, chemistry in your brain. In a metaphysical world, chanting also flushes out chakra blockages and help with energy flow. So, when you can calm yourself down, for me personally, I keep my chants right on my phone. And a lot of times I'll go to the doctor and I'm always like borderline high blood pressure, always, but I won't take medicine for it, right? Usually, when I'm going to the doctor, I'm coming from um, the parking lot, running upstairs, signing in. They call me right away, and boom, I'm at that borderline level, right? And so I always say to them, give me 5 minutes. And I pull out my chants and I go into the state of surrender and I close my eyes. There's another technique I do where I breathe through my mouth. Let me see. Breathe through your nose, out through your mouth. Just that breathing exercise, by the way, also calms you down. Breathing through your nose and out through your mouth. Close your eyes. I'm playing in my chant. It could be something like Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho. Inside my head, I'm breathing. And then they come back and they do the high blood pressure and it drops. It drops. And I get tickled black every time because hospitals don't believe that something like that can happen. They believe you have high blood pressure, we better get you some meds right now, right? And so when they see it drop, they have to register it and they can't give me meds. A little trick I have in the medical community. All right. Music therapy. Now, I love music therapy. Some music therapy can rev you up too much, right? Which is a good thing, right? Sometimes we need to be revved up. But we're talking about soothing the nerves inside of us, right? And so we're talking about soothing music therapy. And music therapy goes back to the 1700s. It can be used in PTSD in soldiers. Therapeutic music today has become the norm in nursing facilities, nursing homes, hospitals, rehabilitative places. Music therapy works by resolving the pain that points in our body, in our mind, emotions, cognition, and behavior. In theory and practice, music can start responses in the brainstem that improve the heart rate and blood pressure and balances the body temperature. But that's not all it does. Music therapy uses entrainment, and that's a process where the stimuli are matched to the individual's mood to promote a pleasant state of mind. Music therapy is energetic matching. Your brain waves will match the waves of external sounds and stimulation. Specific frequencies, notes, and chords can promote joy, relaxation, motivation, reduces muscle tension, reduces pain and anxiety and depression in individuals. Music therapists introduces all sorts of experiences like singing and choir and listening, ironically, songwriting, and even music discussion to induce these therapeutic benefits. This type of sound therapy is widely used for dementia and stroke and autistic spectral disorders and in helping inmates. There are scores of studies showing how music therapy helps autistic children engage in reducing agitation, and it reduces agitation in Alzheimer's patients. And a lot of us are experiencing more and more of Alzheimer in family members. So you might want to look into music therapy or talk to their social worker. Let me just see something here. I want to show you guys some pictures. Mm-mm-mm. And then there's something called tuning forks. Now, I went to a concert. It was all tuning forks, and let me tell you something. It was beautiful. I didn't even want to leave. I was amazed and in awe, and I was loving the tunes that were coming out of these forks. But tuning forks also can be used for therapy. Tuning forks an acoustic resonating instrument. Tuning forks are used for healing the body on its own. They can accelerate your immune system to heal affected areas. Tuning forks work with the nervous system and your tissues and the water in your body. It conducts sound vibrations to balance the natural frequency of your body. So invest in a healing kit like you might see here if you desire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 there. They might come with 7 or 8. And it's really good tuning forks at unblocking your chakras. Each fork is attuned to a musical note and scale. It's designed to resonate with the frequency of each of the 7 major chakras. The practitioner activates the forks and holds it over specific chakra locations to make it work. The practitioner then listens to the pitch, timbre, and the volume to check for discrepancies in the tone. It's a way to separate disharmony from harmony. Usually, disharmony or diseases like pain or inflation pop up as a loud sound and a lot of static. The practitioner holds the fork over the affected area and keeps pressing the tune until the tone becomes clear. Apart from pain, most people also report feeling calm and composed after a tuning fork session. Now, to be honest with you, if I were to go into healing sound practice, I think I would choose the forks. When I tell you I love these forks so much, and when you hear them in music, oh, breathtaking, just breathtaking. And because I have a really good ear, I think like if I were to go back to in-person counseling, I wonder if I could do it on Zoom though. Maybe I should just get it anyway. I'll figure it out. So much with COVID we can't do in person, right? Ugh, it just makes me so mad. But COVID has its purpose, so I can't be mad at COVID. I have to respect why COVID is here and hope that all of us get on the other side, which is why we're talking about healing sounds, right? Because I want you on the other side of COVID. With tuning forks, you can comb out the bad vibes with tuning fork vibrations throughout your body. This helps induce chakra healing, all right? Reiki practitioners, many are using tuning forks with crystals and essential oils to push the healing energies of rocks and oils into the body using the sound vibrations of tuning forks. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my God, I would love to invest in this. Maybe I will. Now, I think I'm going to pronounce this wrong, but I'm going to try. So, damn it, I was trying to do it right. Solfeggio, frequencies. Forgive me if I'm not saying it right. If somebody can give it to me phonetically, I would love that. Solfeggio frequencies. This is a frequency based sound therapy derived from the ancient Catholic history of Gregorian chants. Oh, what's a Gregorian chant? See, I'm from, oh, I meant to, it's kind of pretty though. Let me see if I can find a Gregorian chant. I made a list of all the chants so that later on at the end we can listen, but I didn't do the Gregorian chant. It's so pretty. When you're born and raised in a certain religion, you know, you really can't help. Let me go to YouTube. You really can't help um, investing in what that religion teaches you, right? Hold on a second. Gregorian chants. Because I could hear it in my head, but then I want to say it to you and then I lose it. So I'm going to mute you for a second. Let me find a good one. Gregorian is humming sound you hear in monasteries. Right. Okay, let me see if I can find one real quick. Hold on a second. Okay, that's all I can offer is a few seconds, but do you get it? And when you're born and raised Catholic, you're raised in the Gregorian chant. When I tell you, it moves me, right? I could just sit in a pew and just stare at all, because, you know, Catholic churches got all kinds of visuals for you. And just stare at the visuals, just listen to the Gregorian chant. It is just gorgeous. Usually sung by monks. Usually. I mean, do you have to be a monk with a beautiful voice then? I never really understood why anyone would become a monk. I know it's, well, in the Catholic Church, I know Tibetan monks. I it doesn't matter. Don't listen to me. And I don't know. I, oh my God, this takes me forever to get back in. I just hung up on my thing. Hold on. Stay right there, guys. I just hung up on Blog Talk Radio. Live show. Thank you. All right, Blog Talk Radio. I'm so sorry. It looks like I hung up on you. I don't even see you here. All right. I don't even see you here. Healing sounds. All right. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it right now. All right. I'm going to continue on. So, yes, they use the sound in movies when people are entering church. I've never realized that. So beautiful. Oh, let me get back to my notes here. Where was it? Oh, no. Okay. Oh, yeah. Solfeggio, I might be saying it wrong, frequency. I did check. I was like, how do you pronounce solfeggio? And I feel like I'm saying it wrong, so please forgive me. Um, so these frequencies work to balance different parts of the body. They can target other parts of the body and mind to promote healing. As a result of hearing solfeggio frequencies, your brain begins to send balancing vibrations throughout the body first. It also relieves stress. When you begin listening to this type of frequency, your breath begins to relax and you go into a theta state of meditation. After that, your muscles relax and you stop feeling any tension or pain in your muscles. Eventually, your blood pressure and your heart rate drops as well. Listening to solfeggio frequencies at least 15 minutes per day every week for a month will be enough to see the effect on your body. So I would consider it, and I love the Gregorian chants. You just try it. They're so pretty. Okay. Binaural, I know this word. Binaural beats. Well, most people use binaural beats and solfeggio frequencies interchangeably. They are separate and they are distinct from one another. Binaural beats are centered around the mental effects of thinking and feeling. I love binaural beats. Love them. You can detune two different tones on a small scale to create a new oscillating entry you bring into new frequencies. For instance, these are where you hear about the hertz, right? If you hear 315 hertz in your right ear and you could hear 319 hertz in your left ear, your brain wave entrains into the differential frequency, 4 hertz. This is the data wave range responsible for inducing hyperfocus and meditation. What really sets you apart with the binaural beats is how it changes your brain waves so that you can be led into different states of mind, such as alpha, beta, theta, or delta waves. Studies have proven that binaural beats can calm down stress and improve your mood, enhance attention, and work on behavioral disorders and developmental issues. That's really cool. Then we have vibroacoustic therapy. And that's when you combine music therapy with frequency based healing, like Solfeggio frequencies. You get vibroacoustic therapy, or VAT, sometimes called vibroacoustic sound therapy, or VST. It works like a sound massage. Let me see if I put a picture up. I think this is, no, let me take this down real quick. Go over the comments. I'm going to take you down, Misha. Vibroacoustic therapy. I remember when I first discovered healing sound, and I had had a really bad injury at my job. And it led to feeling sad all the time because my body had changed, right? And so I wasn't frustrated, but I it was just so sad not to be what I used to be, right? And so I was going for counseling because I was suing the people. And so when you add, it was a workman's comp case, but we added mental health to it, and I'm so glad I did because it was the first time I was introduced into vibroacoustic therapy. And usually it's a chair that kind of looks like this. It puts you in a relaxed position automatically. And then they give you these headphones and they put the sounds in and they leave you alone in the room for a little bit. But when I tell you it began to augment my mental health, it was the best thing I ever did, which was to sign up for therapy of any kind, right? And this was in addition. So I would speak with the therapist one week, and the next week I would go to vibroacoustic therapy. So healthy. Um, Vibroacoustic therapy, VAT, uses gadgets like this chair. They also have beds and they have tables with special speakers or transducers uniquely designed to direct pure low frequency waves into the body. Typically, low frequency rate, low frequencies, low frequency waves are between 30 hertz and 120 hertz. Soulful music are used in 10 minutes to 45-minute sessions. And I swear to God, I think I got as much as 45 minutes. I loved it. Let me just show you some of the levels, right? So, especially when you're going in for therapy, right? So, with therapists, if they're going to use sound therapy, they're going to meet you where you're at, right? So, if you start your conversations with past shame, past guilt, grief, fear is a big one when you go into therapy, and usually it's fear that's not real for the most part, right? So they'll start the sound waves where they met you. So if your conversations are always about shame, then they will start at 20 hertz. And the progression is as you keep going to therapy and using the sound frequencies, and we get you out of shame, then we can start to deal with, you know, is shame associated with grief or apathy or fear, right? And we want to be able to raise your vibration so that you're becoming neutral, which is 300 hertz, right? Where you can begin to feel love. Maybe self love is missing, right? And so to raise your vibrations to 500 hertz. Nothing's better than joy. So imagine going to therapy so much that you begin to recognize a joyful day more and more. All right. So I just want to show you that chart so you could see how in VAT they will meet you where you're at. If you're walking around with shame or guilt or grief or fear, they will not start you at 400, right? Which is a good thing because it means people aren't ignoring your state of being, your mental state, your physical state. Like it means someone's listening to you, right? And then every time you keep going back to your therapist. If you don't know this, I have been to therapy, and if you don't know this, you do feel better going to a therapist. And they measure that. And then they start to recognize and say, so are you, how are you feeling today? And they'll give you maybe some answers to go by to help you. Because lay people have a hard time describing themselves and using good adjectives. So the therapist will give you something to go by. And then that gives the therapist the measure to move forward on a higher level. Again, VAT is excellent for reducing pain, anxiety, and problematic behavior. Remember, VAT is both heard and felt. And the sound waves that they use is something very similar to an Australian sound instrument called didgeridoo, and it dates back over 4,000 years. So when I tell you sound therapy is a whole thing, start investing in sound therapy and watch yourself change. And by the way, you could just go on YouTube. Don't drive yourself crazy. You don't have to go to a therapist, right? I'm a big fan of therapy, though. And so when you all call me for readings and I can measure that some therapy can really work for you, will be helpful, I'm going to say it, you know? And then I was talking to someone today in my group, and I was like, some people say, no, you're my therapist. And I'm like, nope, no, don't choose me as your therapist, right? They have different credentials that bring you better to a healing place. So let's go to authorized, licensed people. You can still call me, but let's choose people that study this for a living. It makes a big difference. All right, where am I? Okay. Then there's Acutonics, and that's combining the power of tuning forks with the ancient practice of acupuncture. And I thought we took a picture of that, but I didn't. Darn it. I wanted you to see that. All right, it's okay. Um, in this sound healing practice, an acupuncturist weighs appropriate tuning forks on pressure points during a regular session. The difference between acupuncture and acutonics is the absence of needles and the presence of tuning forks. It is famously used, and it is a non-invasive alternative to acupuncture sessions. Again, I would truly love to invest in Acutonics. I think, because I love the forks, right? Acutonics amplify the healing effects of acupuncture by flushing out blocked and atrophied energies from pressure points. It's actually a recognized therapeutic medium used in several hospitals worldwide. During the process, precisely calibrated forks are placed on acupuncture junctures, and this helps the practitioner get through to the chakra point using sound without any needles. That is so cool to me. All right, this is everybody's newest favorite, singing bowls. This acoustic instrument that combines everything else on this list into one. Singing bowls. Whether you choose metal, let me just show you some singing bowls. So these are the metal ones. How pretty. They come in all sizes, child. Little, medium, huge, big. So whether you choose metal or crystal, oh, I'm going to be so pissed. Of course, I put the crystal. Oh, no, 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 no. No, I put the crystal one on my list. I'm so pissed right now. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, maybe I just need to add it. I know I put it on my list. Here it is. Yay! Yes. And these are crystal singing bowls. The crystal singing bowls are popular. Let me get back to my reading list. Okay. You can choose metal or crystal bowls. You can strike them or rub them to make sound vibrations of high and low frequencies. These sound waves penetrate the body and act to balance different diseased areas. Notice how I said that. These sound waves penetrate the body and act to balance different diseased areas. So areas that are unrelaxed, at uneased, not at ease, disease. These tools can be used with essential oils, meditation, yoga, crystals. They've been used for centuries for calming the body and the mind, as you saw in our article. Moreover, singing bowls can also bring down stress, tolerance to stress. It brings on tranquility. It balances the chakra throughout the whole body. Singing bowls are easy, quick, and simple to use without any sophisticated education, unlike music therapy, VAT, or tuning forks. You can start playing a bowl anytime you're ready. Therapeutic healing with sound. Sound affects our ears and skin and blood and even our bones. Interesting, you can even check damages to bones using sound instruments like tuning forks, where a clear tone denotes no injury and a faded or absent tone indicates there could be a problem. That's also how tuning fork therapy works. Our ears are responsible for balance itself, besides hearing, unlike the other senses. Now that you know about different types of mediums to use for sound healing, tell me which one is your favorite. All right? So I'm going to play, I just want to make sure. There's also ultrasound therapy, which again I think is so cool. All of this stuff that I'm telling you about, it's amazing to me. I'm fascinated with healing sounds. Ultrasound therapy is being more and more used. It's sound healing through ultrasound, which uses sound waves that above our healing capabilities. We're talking about the machine that tracks the growth of your baby, that same machine. Ultrasound therapy is therapeutically used. It's been shown to promote tissue relaxation, increase blood flow, and breaks down scar tissues. As a result, ultrasound can help with reducing swelling and pain. Let me make sure I showed you guys all of the pictures. These are some of the list of frequencies and meditation to amplify any experience, right? In the Hertz arena, 174 reduces pain, and it goes up from there, influences your energy field, 285, 417, and it's not all very specific. You might find something that's 419, right? Facilitates change. 528 or around there repairs your DNA. Don't be afraid to repair your DNA with Hertz frequency. 639 or around there heals relationships. Here's my favorite, right? 741 or around there awakens your intuition, especially for those of you that is looking to reinvite um, higher levels of spirituality. 741 awakens your intuition. Here's another fan favorite. 852 attracts your soul tribe. Everybody you meet is not meant to be in your tribe. And so listening to this can help the assurance that you will invite and have a clear understanding of who your soul tribe is because the cells in your bodies know each other. And then the highest is connect with light and soul. And then we just go over here. These are the chakras, right? And so 900 or 1,000 is God consciousness. 900 is gratitude. 780 is appreciation. And then it goes down from there. 150 is anger. And that's a really important um, frequency to understand because a lot of us are vacillating between being okay and being angry. And again, remember, it might not even be anything that you understand you are doing. It becomes a natural state after a while. You become comfortable with your cells being in an angry state that you don't even know that that's where you're at. That's why I'm doing this radio show today so that we can be better. Here is this Sofresso. I know I'm pronouncing it wrong, guys. Powerful Sofrio frequencies that raise your vibrations. All right. 396 hertz is transforming grief into joy and guilt into forgiveness. Um, 417 clears negativity, removes self-conscious blockages. MI stimulates love, restores equilibrium, repairs DNA. And notice they all have similar um, frequency levels. So I don't think it really matters too much where you go if it's not mantras or Sofredo or there's chakra meditations too. They all have very similar numbers to each other. All right. Just check this out. That's Sofredo frequency too. Just make sure I got everything here. Oh, here's the chakra, and the Sofredo system. Um, and notice the color system, right? It goes right along with the chakra colors. That these things will never change. All right. The root chakra is 396. Sacral is 417. 528 is the solar plex. 639 is the heart. 741 is the throat. 852 is the third eye. And remember, like, we're all trying to wake up spiritually, and you really want to allow that third eye to open up, right? It's invisible, right? But can I tell you a little secret? Whoever has a little bit of hair, not that you can't pluck it, right? Because none of us believe in the eyebrows matching, meeting up with one another. But if you have hair naturally, you automatically have a third eye. That's your eyelashes. True story. All right, let me just look at the comments, but I can't because I'm sorry, guys. It's Friday night, and Caribbeans love to play music on Friday nights and Saturdays, actually. Let me look at the comments. Oh, did you need something for me to screenshot for you? I hope I left it up long enough. Kira? Guys, that's everything. I hope I made a difference in some part of understanding about healing sounds, and we can definitely go into healing sounds that are more defined, like the Gregorian chants. Soon as I leave you guys, because it's still nice and early, I'm just going to have a glass of wine and listen to the Gregorian chants. It's just old school for me, and I'm going to listen to it because I really, really love the tone that comes from the Gregorian chants. Yeah, I got them, Tracy. Oh, good, good, good. So I wanted, these are snippets. Oh, let me see if I can find it now. What did I do with it? These are snippets. They're like 5 seconds and under of the chants that I'm going to be putting in the description box. These are the chants that I listen to when I'm down, when I'm happy, when I have time and space alone, right? I watch less and less TV. So it's good to put these sounds on when you're cleaning. And when you put the sounds on, if you need to do something else like study, you just put the sound really, really low. And I promise you it'll get in. Um, I tend to listen to these sounds, which is why I had to put them in a collection when I go to bed, right? But I noticed when I didn't put them in a collection, then my YouTube channel would play any old sound. And then sometimes I would wake up in the middle of the night and there would be a frequency that would be at an unhealthy level for me, right? And that could be dangerous because I'm literally sleeping, taking in a low vibrational sound where I am no longer at. So I made sure I put them in a series, and then once the series is over, my YouTube doesn't play videos concurrently. So it will just stop. Now, there is a video. I do want to point something out to you guys, but because I've stopped my YouTube from playing videos concurrently, um, there is a video out there that has like the planet on it. And you almost can't hear, well, you really can't. Okay, you can't hear any sound coming out of it. And I have this group that I belong to, and I posted it in the group, and I was like, why can't I hear any sound? And so one of the group mates was like, put on your earphones and then you could hear it. But then I was thinking, why should I have to put on my earphones? Like, that didn't make sense to me. So I looked at the level that it was, the frequency it was at, and it was a dangerously low frequency and actually could wind up giving you an aneurysm, right? Now, I wish I can tell you what video this is, but because I had to train my YouTube not to pick it up, because what it was doing, it was matching up with everyone listening to their frequencies. So it would just show up. And when I tell you, when we first listened to it, it might have had 100,000 views. It is now like at 19 million views. And people don't seem to realize there's what's being put inside of them. So what I'm trying to say is that evil is out there. And as you think you're trying to heal, then somebody puts something in the rhythm, and before you know it, you're actually listening to something that could break down everything you've ever tried to heal. Yeah, yeah, it's not the lower frequency that I'm bringing up. It's it's not the lower frequency, right? That's a skill set. It's listening to a frequency at that is so low. Okay, let's go over this, right? So let's remember, where's my banners? Let's remember that at least what they have listed here, right? 20 hertz is shame, right? So if I'm listening to I think it was at 10 or 6 hertz. So if I'm listening to something at 10 hertz or lower, if 20 is shame, then that constant sound at a lower vibration is so much more unhealthier than shame. And this particular video is being put in the lineup of high frequency. So if you're used to 540, 600, 800, 900, then all of a sudden this video comes in. And I'm only saying it because it's happened to me while I'm sleeping. So I'm listening to mantras or high frequencies, 700, 800, 900. And then see, but God is good. I'll wake up in the middle of the night. And let me tell you something. I can't remember the name of this video. When I find it, I will blast it. But I will only blast it so you don't listen to it. It's something like a 4-hour video. So if you're listening to a hearse that is 10 or lower, it will create damage inside the same cells that you're trying to heal. Very good word. That's really good. It definitely is spiritual healing. But let's remember something. This is a good conversation that we're having all of a sudden. Every time you try to heal or do good, evil shows up. Now, evil shows up in many, many forms, right? Notice I didn't say the devil. I would never say the devil, right? Because the devil is too easy for you, right? The devil, you put a face and a name, and you think it's an entity that you can actually see. I said evil because evil shows up in the souls of the people that we love, depending upon their high or low vibrational state of mind at the time, right? And so if evil needs to get to you, right, it will get to you. It'll get to you through your boss, through your children, through, oh hell, it'll get to you through your dog. Who are you kidding? And we have to be in a state of consciousness that this can always happen. So if you're learning to elevate yourself, evil does not want you to grow. You know the battle between God and Lucifer, right? It's a constant battle, right? Lucifer said to God, I will get all your people, I promise. Right? It was easy for the snake to get into the Garden of Eden, right? Tear that whole system apart, right? And God expected Adam and Eve to be like him, to be strong against evil, but evil got him, right? And so as you're developing and growing and changing your whole life, oh, evil's going to show up. It'll show up in the form of a divorce, separation, cheating, lying. Jesus Christ. The thing that's going to be most important is for you to still grow. Recognize it for what it is, see it for what it is, understand sometimes that what it is cannot be changed. The thing cannot be changed. But you stay on your platform and you continuously grow and you continuously use modalities to heal yourself from trauma when evil shows up. Because evil does not want you to get better and to get to God. He loves chaos. Absolutely loves it. All these school shootings, what else can you call it but evil? It's an entity, right? So we've got to get to a place where we have to heal regardless. But it absolutely is a video that, my God, is spiritual poisoning. It's probably the best description. So when I see it, I'll point it out to you. If you see it, because it's so far removed from me that it doesn't show up anymore for me. My algorithms doesn't allow it to show up because I don't pay it any attention, right? And so because I don't give it attention, but the only way I could not give it attention was to stop my videos from automatically playing the next video. So it couldn't sneak, right? Evil sneaky, couldn't sneak up in there. And it always snuck up in there by design of how I went to bed. I put the mantras on, I just start listening, really good thoughts. You know, I go to sleep very easily. And then 3 o'clock in the morning, this video is on with no sound. And that was my trigger because I know frequencies have to have a sound. So if I don't have any sound, what the hell's going on? And then one of my group mates was like, put your earphones in, and then you could hear it clearly. But I was like, but why? And then once I studied it, I was like, oh, yeah. This is spiritual poisoning. And I said, nobody listen to this. Don't listen to it. The last time I checked, it had like 19 million views. Just killing people. It's probably responsible for the school shootings all over. In any case. Are you guys good? I hope you appreciated the healing sound segment. Let's call it a segment. And let me know what you are doing down below to create healing for yourselves. Let me know what you're doing. All right? If you'd like to invest in any readings with me, just text me 213-458-7408 or go to TraceyBrownlive.com because you'll see the rates right there. And I have openings tomorrow. And July horoscopes are up, so I want you to check them out before I do August horoscopes. Check out July. Also, if you check out the months past, you will see where some things have come true. Always happens to me. I'll check out May and I'll be like, oh my God, that's coming through right now. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for putting up with me. I'm just going to end this with the little tiny snippets of the mantras that I listen to. And I'm going to post down below. Just get it back to the beginning. Nope. Good night, everyone. All right, the last one was binary sounds. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, Misha. Call me for your own personal reading. Text me for your own personal reading. Go to TraceyBrownlive.com where you could email me always. You can always email me. Or text me at 213-458-7408. And if you go to TraceyBrownlive.com, you will get my candles. And the pricing is on my website. Oh, on IG, just press the link tree. That'll take you straight to my website. Thank you, everyone. Take it easy. Let me know what sounds you're investing in. Okay. Good night.
Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown.